Well, well, well. Well, look at this. We're here? I think we're here. How is everyone doing today? Welcome, welcome, and welcome to the Big Red 40K stream. I hope everyone's had a good day so far. Kalu Kalay, what an exciting day! I just hopped out of the shower. So I'm a bit disheveled at the moment, but we're running a little bit behind today. I got a little bit too involved on Val's stream, and I, unfortunately for me, did not pay enough attention to the time. So I was like, oh god, I gotta get this ready just in time, guys. I gotta get it ready. Running around trying to get the stream ready in time. It was awesome. But welcome to one, welcome to all. We've got Ira, Dallas, Nate, Chris. We also have Guardsman, Holden, Stuart, Perry, and is that everybody? I think that's everybody so far. Where's the real bear? That's a good question, Ira. Where is the real bear? I think that's a question that's been asked since the beginning of time, really. Where is the real bear? What is his name? What does he do? But yeah, welcome aboard. Today, as you guys can probably guess based on the title, we're going to talk about Tyranids today. Though, you know, we'll wait for people to stream in here, of course, first. About 10 or 15, 20 minutes, depending on how many moths are attracted to the flame. Thank you, everybody, for watching the Nakamund video earlier today. It seems to have done relatively okay by the channel's standards so far, so I'm really happy to see that. I want to try to get another video done. I just don't know what to do. There's a real bear inside of all of us. Thank you, Argo. You can feel the power of the real bear inside all of us. That's awesome. But yeah. Yeah. Hello, Funny, and welcome. Welcome, Funny. Are you having a good day? You excited for the topic of today? I'm excited for the topic of today. I think it's going to be very exciting. I think everybody's going to be very excited when it finally gets here. We're only a few minutes away before we begin talking about Tyranids. I might actually do a video on Tyranids today. I'm not sure. I just don't know, to be quite frank, I want to try to do content that people are interested in watching. So, I might do one. I want to get another video out for tomorrow. So, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'll have to write and produce one today. I'm not quite sure what I want to talk about yet. It's a slow news cycle overall for Games Workshop lately as a whole, and I'm not much of a news channel, but I want to make sure that subjects I talk on are relevant to what is happening that people will be interested in. So, that is something that I would like to do, but we'll have to see. Also, I did get to see some really funny stuff earlier today, but I don't know if I should share it. Your grandson loves them? He loves the Tyranids? Delicious. We're talking space bugs today, Connor Riggs.
I'm also very excited for today's topic of Lehman Russ battle tanks.
Hamish is very excited for today's subject, the Lehman Russ battle tanks. Wow, Hamish. That's so insightful, so informative. Thank you for that valuable contribution to this stream. I don't know how we would have gotten by this stream without, of course, mentioning the ever-valuable and ever-present Lehman Russ battle tank, the king of the 41st Millennia's battlefield. A true indomitable fortress. Truly, I know no one who could possibly appreciate the Lehman Russ battle tank the way that I do. I appreciate it so very, very much. Truly, you know what? We should redesign all of our modern tanks today to better reflect the Lehman Russ battle tank. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that we should pitch that one to, like, Lockheed Martin, Rheinmetall, you know, Germany and the US and Russia? We should just get them together and be like, look, guys, all these disputes, all these weapon sales, they're for nothing, because we have the perfect weapon here in the Lehman Russ battle tank, designed by Games Workshop PLC. They can give you the schematics. They know how it works. They know how it works. Just ask them and they'll tell you. You could have the greatest weapon ever. Why are you guys doing this? Bear for president. When are you going to show your secret Lehman Russ worshipping room? I love Lehman Russ the Primarch. It's just the tank that's named after him's a big ol' turd. We had such a great stream yesterday, and today's stream is just slow. I'm sorry, guys. Look at... I think we've got 6 people in here. What happened? Yesterday was glorious, and today is not glorious. Guess people are not excited for a Tyranid talk today. My god. That's awesome. But yeah, you know, like, that is the new and exciting news, my friends. It's where we're going, it's what we're all doing. I, for one, am very excited to speak with our future buggy masters as they consume my body. Yeah, Chris, you know what? Everybody noticed when Chris showed up. Everybody was just like, you know, I would like to be on the Big Red 40K stream today, but that Chris guy, I tell you. Fire up the Ruski bot accounts. I will phone my friend Sergey. Sergey will get in here. He will make sure Ruski bots show up hosting. He is 11 and he has a... He's 11 he has a lot of them. Oh, okay, that's a substantive Tyranid force, my friend. Ah, the Lehman Russ battle tank, a slightly more threatening sardine can on tracks for the Tyranids compared to the Chimera. The Tyranids just like, man, I could really do some food right now. They just look at the Lehman Russ battle tank, you just see the saliva. It's all just streaming down their face. Just brutal. Just brutal. Brutality. Be awesome. I'd be down to clown. But yeah, it's gonna be an amusing stream because I think that a lot of people have slept on Tyranids. I think for the purposes of gameplay, they've definitely slept on them. Tyranids are really a top-tier force right now. The problem is just you need too many books. I think that Tyranids are going to have a very powerful codex. I also expect that the advantage of Tyranids is actually very similar to the advantage of Drukhari, which is that you can field anything you need to field. It's the same advantage Space Marines have, too. Tyranids might not have a huge model range, but they have a huge variety of models. Like, you can design those kits in different ways to do different things. And so, today, we might even do a Tyranid range review today if enough people show up in here today. Just where I'm going to go over, like, why the Tyranids do so well, and their raw rules are a part of it, but those raw rules are related to the models. That's weird, J-Train. Maybe YouTube's tired of my bullshit. It's possible. It's possible. YouTube's just like, this bear guy. Look at this bear guy. Shows up on our platform, streaming all the time, trying to grow his channel. This guy, whew. I've seen some animals before, but look at this guy. Look at this fucking guy. They're all just hyping themselves up, am I right? Yeah. Bonsai Kitty Gaming, it has been too long. How have you been, Bonsai Kitty Gaming? What are you up to? Where you been? How you doing? What are you guys doing back there? Stop pacing back there. Stop pacing back there. Just get over it. You're stuck up here because you're naughty and no one can trust you. Yes, I know. They're going to bug me all stream, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry they're going to bug me all stream. I'm going to try to be talking about different subjects. We're going to try to be talking about stuff, and then there's just going to be these 2 fur bags that are going to just kind of roll up on me every once in a while and just be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Can you do stuff with me instead? Do you want to stop talking with all these people on the internet? I'm your dog. You've got to help me out. Oh, they're back. I love them, but I hate them. Oh, you show no Eries. Okay, Eries. I'll tell you what. Oh, there. What? You are a fur face, my friend. Look at all that fur on your face. What are you doing? Why I have to put you up here once every day? You're so good for the camera, buddy. Alright, you're gonna get down. There you go. Ah. Doping well, thank you. We now know who's been cheating at the Olympics. Work. Also, wife is from Ukraine. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's definitely... I mean, it's not a good thing to go through. Between that and painting, I haven't slammed. Yeah, dude. I can... Trust me, I can feel it. Like, you know, even, everybody's been kind of, I'll be honest, if you take a look at all the 40k channels, really everything since the war started, everybody's been having trailing lower numbers, trailing less interest in everything that's not related to the war. Doggo and stream viewer count jumped by 59%. Yeah, it did. I can't do a Doggo stream every time, though, dude. This would just be a Doggo channel, and that wouldn't really work. They're bone swords, yes. Some of them, depending on the Tyranid wielding them, some of them are more powerful. Not more powerful, but they have a ability to cut through things, much like a power sword would be able to. Absolutely. Yeah, Tyranids don't screw around. They're all diamond hardened, stuff like that. It's really ruthless. Like, they'll just rip through you. You don't ever want to get in a fight with a Tyranid. Especially in melee. It's really a melee army. You can do it as a shooting army because guess what? You know, that's the advantage of Warhammer 40,000 is a lot of these armies can really do anything. And Tyranids are so versatile. Like, I really have to stress, Tyranids are a very versatile army. And I would personally not want to be the guy on the other side of a Tyranid player in this edition, personally. Not because I think they're bad or anything like that, quite the opposite. I think Tyranids, you know, they're very high tier in my opinion. Big sad events are like poison for people that have depressive tendencies. I agree. I'm in the same boat, Argo. It was actually a real struggle for me to make sure that I kept up the channel during the last 2 weeks. It was a really I had a really hard time, and you know what? That's just me having a hard time, you know, because you know, like that's really where a lot of my own family comes from, right? That whole region, and like, so for me, I found it to be very depressing. You know, like I'd kept track of a lot of the events leading up to it, and I was just super bummed. Like, and you know, like, don't get me wrong, like, me being bummed out is really juvenile, because like the people who really should be bummed out are the ones who are there, you know, like the ones who are in that horrible situation. But you know, like, I feel so bad for them that it actually brought me down. You know, like, and I feel bad for people across the region even, because it's not a great thing to have around there. But you know, like, we're not gonna get too deep into it, obviously. But just saying that, like, yeah, I totally get you, and you could see that that's kind of where a lot of this has gone. You know, like, most of the streams tend to be streaming smaller. They're starting to pick back up again. You can see not only here but on other channels that more people are kind of showing up again in different spaces. But it definitely was for me, it was a big downer. You know, and I suspect it was a big downer for a lot of people. Like, I mean, obviously. Like, I've also seen, like, the reactions people have had on social media, which has not, like, told me, of course, already that, like, it was going to not be great for a lot of platforms, because a lot of people are just being consumed by it. Like, just totally consumed. Much like the Tyranids consume. Because we're hitting the 15-minute mark, boys. So let's talk about the reveal today. Hakamutata. So let's talk about the reveal. I'm gonna pop this up on stream. Where they have finally showed us the king of mediocrity, the Tyranid Master, the new HQ choice that they have on the horizon. This new flying monstrosity thing. A terrifying new Tyranid organism. So, wait, could it be? It's a legendary Parasite of Mortrex. The winged Tyranid monstrosity will soon cast its gruesome shadow over the battlefields of the Warhammer 40,000 group. I always used to saying the 41st millennium, but we're not in the 41st millennium anymore. We're not there anymore, guys. We're in the 42nd millennia. God, I can't believe I keep screwing. No, just kidding. Why do I hate myself like this? No, so we've got this guy coming along, the Parasite of Mortrex, the huge flying Gribbly, first encountered on the planet of Mortrex, was originally mentioned in the 5th edition Tyranid Codex and the Crusades. I actually didn't even know what this Tyranid was, to be honest. I didn't realize that they had mentioned this thing even. Exactly, I'm in the same boat here. I've definitely detached myself from following it as in-depthly than I did before, especially given it's going to go on for a while. The Crusade rules have allowed Tyranid characters to mimic this horrifying implant attack, but nothing compared to the real deal. The new plastic model, this classic critter, is lugging out the lore onto the tabletop for the first time. So he's got movement 16. When I heard earlier today, I thought it was going to be a model for my ex-wife. Oh man, Knight's Oath is just out there swinging. It's like, wow, I can't believe the Games Workshop contracted my ex-wife. I can't believe that they asked her to model for one of their miniatures. Is there lore on this for this flying monster? Yes, there is lore for this flying monster, Argo, from the 5th edition Tyranid Codex. I am surprised that they dug so deep to get this one and they didn't just do a more popular model, but, you know, who am I? Joe Bondel! Welcome, Joe! Welcome to the Big Red 40K stream. Thank you so much for subscribing here today. We do live streams every day, so I hope that you decide to continue to join us. So, the heads were very close to H.R. Geiger Queen. Yeah, that's actually a lot closer to a Geiger-S alien. Look at the front of the mantle. Look at the front of the mantle. Very similar. So, he's got movement 16, weapon skill 2+, ballistic skill 3+, strength 5, toughness 5, wound 6, attack 6, leadership 8, 4+. I don't know, actually, if this is all that survivable. The current edition of Warhammer 40,000, it's flying up there. Pew, pew! Just goes down. That's brutal. Just blast him out of the sky, boys. I mean, it looks a lot like the other Tyranids to me, to be honest. Yeah, like, I mean, Tyranids are, you know, very samey in some respects. But the Parasite's claw limbs rip the enemy to shreds, but just wait until you see what it can do in the Barbed Officer. That's the point being used laying eggs. That's just in case you're not familiar with Ordo Xenos Ligo. Spoiler alert, there's a lot of Ripper Storms running around. So basically, he turns enemy models into Ripper Swarms, I believe. I'm pretty sure that that's what they're saying. I'm pretty sure that that's what's going to be implied here. That this is a Ripper Swarm birthing machine. Abilities, show one attack. Each time attack is made with this model successfully wounds enemy unit, including vehicle units. That unit suffers one mortal wound in addition to any normal damage that becomes infected with parasites. At the start of your opponent's command phase, for each enemy unit that is infected with parasites, your opponent must roll a d6. On 1 to 3, the unit roll suffers d3 mortal wounds. The unit suffers d3 mortal wounds, remains infected with parasites. That's brutal. That's actually really brutal. If the unit suffers 2 or more mortal wounds as a result of the ability phase, set up a new friendly Ripper Swarm. Oh. So they just explode out of their bodies. That's so garbage. That's so garbage. That Ripper Swarm contains one model. If you are playing the game that uses points limits, do not cost Reinforcement points. That is so garbage. That's hilarious. While the unit is infected with parasites, it loses the objective secured ability. Suffer mortal wounds. Oh, wow. That's super bunk. That's super bunk. That is so bunk. Just making people explode with rippers, man. That is hard garbage. That's the hardest of garbage, my friends. That's amazing. I love that. That's hilarious. It's just like, hey guys, as everybody's exploding with rippers. That's hilarious. Wow. Wow. So, is this a character? I think this is probably an HQ choice, because I think it's a, I think it says, yeah, the beastie has a synapse keyword. So, as you guys know, I don't play 9th, but I still do know enough about the game to tell you what's good and what's bad. What's good about this guy is that ability. What's bad about this guy is Wounds 6, Toughness 5, 4+ save. He will not survive. Anyone with any brains in their head will blow this disgusting critter off the table in the first chance they get, and nothing is really survivable. Like a regular unit of just bolter-based intercessors would DACA this guy to death, no problem. 20 shots, 16 hit. Actually, he might survive 1 round of fire. He might survive 1 round. Maybe survive 1 round of fire. Maybe. Oh, I don't know about that, because 16 hit. 6 wound. Yeah, he would survive 1 round of fire from bolters, if they roll poorly. If they roll well, he would die. And that's, of course, not even counting, you know, there's much better things out there than just intercessors unloading on him. So I would say that this guy is very fragile for a character model. So very dangerous, don't get me wrong. Like, this model is perfect for frustrating your opponent. That Nid looks sus. Oh, he is sus. That Nid is super sus. I love this, though. I love that ability, too. Because here's the best part about it. When you're making them explode with Ripper Swarms, you're basically tying the unit up and wasting their turn. And on top of that, if they're infected, they basically can't secure objectives. It's a very good unit, but it is an extremely delicate unit. So we don't know what the points cost is, but I do know this. It only takes one well-placed las cannon shot. Actually, shit, just shoot it with a what's the name? The big las cannon the Space Marine tank has. One big shot and he's gone. He can't survive incoming fire. Nice model though. I don't really like the stringy tendrils on the end. That part I don't like, but I like the wings. I like the inner claws. It does make me wonder how good they could make the Red Terror. Is it easy to infect people to get Ripper Swarms? You could hide him behind cover at all. He's a flyer, my friend. He flies, so, and it is easy to infect people. To infect people, he just has to basically run up and attack people, and they just start getting infected. Again, though, I don't know how survivable this guy is in melee. I just don't. Like, you know, that's the cold cup of diarrhea behind all of it. Is great ability, hilarious, but I don't know how survivable he is. And, you know, you're very dependent on a lot of other factors. He would make a lot of sense in an ensemble. Haven't you heard the term distraction Carnifex? Yeah, I would be more concerned about this guy than a Carnifex. Not to say that Carnifexes aren't dangerous as well. A single heavy intercessor squad with heavy bolter can probably pop him off in 1 round. Yeah, I agree. Really, just about anything with a standard squad of Chaos Space Marines with twin heavy bolters in it would make quick work of this guy. Oh, let's see. It's like 3 wounds. Oh, wow. He's dead. You know, that's before the bolters. Just exploding in the air as his body parts are going everywhere. It's like the Tyranids like, oh, that costs so much biomatter to make. Oh, bunk. What are you doggos doing? Oh my god, Ares. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come on. Hmm? Why are you being like this? You're being a big baby today. Hmm? Why are you being such a big baby? Hmm? Why are you being a big baby? You gotta let me work, buddy. No more nose booping. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, I think that's very well done. Very well done indeed. One squad of assault intercessors fighting twice would drop him. Yup. Drop him hard too. Even Khorne berserkers would eat through him pretty quick. If you have those other smaller flying Nid units, you could place him in front of them. And yes, that would, because he's not high enough wounds to avoid that. So you could shield him with gargoyles, but like you gotta remember, not a lot of stuff is survivable in Warhammer 40,000. I don't trust anything to survive very long. I really don't, and I mean that with all sincerity. In Warhammer 40,000, surviving is just not an option. It is not an option to survive, my friends. Would be cool if he got his own chair next to you. Oh, and he wouldn't sit in it. He likes pacing because he wants something from me. I suspect he wants me to take them out. It's a beautiful day out, but that's going to have to wait until after we're done streaming today. That's why they would have to focus on them and not other units. Yeah, but that's a lot of points now. A whole big unit of gargoyles and him, and gargoyles are shot down easily by small arms fire. I don't know if it's worth that type of points investment. I think that if you want to do those types of distractions, there's going to be better value elsewhere, personally. The way his stats are set up... we have Ruski Bat here! Daniel Kurshrid! Ruski Bat. I don't love the model, but I could now see getting one from Combat Patrol to convert into out of the Hive Tyrant model. I think the Flyerant looks fine. Anything that fights first can probably kill it before it has a chance to infect anyone. I completely agree. But he's fast enough that he should be the one charging. So I'm not entirely concerned on that front. I think that this is a valid model, but it has a niche. You have to really have an idea in mind for what it's going to be, unless they overpoint it. If they push these things points to the moon, that's going to be a problem. But this thing seems to be very, very adept. Again, though, I think that it could be experiencing some issues. It's Thomas! We don't know the new codex yet. The rules and points can change. I completely agree. Thomas. I'm going to miss the Ruski bots if Russia really disconnects from the internet. Oh, I know. It's going to be so sad. I'm going to say night. I didn't realize it's 5 minutes to midnight for me. Have a great night, Connor. It's always good to have you here, and we'll catch you next time. We will catch you next time. Never fear. So, let's see what else we're going to do here. It's going alright, Dark Lord Corey. It's going alright. We got a stream running today, my friend. We're streaming. We're having a good time. We had somebody subscribe to the channel today on stream. It's very exciting. Always good to have new people coming in. Hamish has serenaded us with his love of the Leman Russ battle tank. Very much appreciated. We had a video go up earlier today, which was my video on if Nakamund is worth it. And, I just gave my opinion on it. He can change my wolf and all he wants. Oh, he can charge my wolf and all he wants. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be a great result for him. Do you think we will have more NID releases? Not this edition. I think 10th edition is going to be the big Tyranid range update. I think that there's a lot of models in that range that are going to be updated. I don't think Gaunts will be, but I think Warriors pardon me. Warriors and a bunch of their resin miniatures, I think, like Lictors and things like that, are all going to get replaced in 10th. I think 10th is going to be the era of the Tyranid. I would actually go as far as to say that I think 10th is going to be a huge release for bugs, and they still lack a super heavy in plastic. I also expect to see a Tyranid super heavy in plastic. Personally, that's what I expect to see. William McGraw! Welcome, William! Welcome to the Big Red 40K stream, my friend. I appreciate you joining us today. That's excellent. Thank you. But, yeah, in my opinion, the Tyranids are basically going to be the big 10th edition threat. I would be very surprised if Tyranids weren't the starting army for 10th edition. Really. There's a few options for 10th edition starter, and I think the top most likely thing to be that opening salvo during 10th edition is Tyranids. I think it's almost impossible for it to not be Tyranids, to be honest. There's only one other army I can see being the starter army, which would be if we don't get World Eaters this edition. If we don't get World Eaters during 9th, World Eaters will probably be the 10th edition starter army. I think I'm a goner. Have to start collecting for Nids. I have such an itch to paint some. Get 3 of them. That, you know what? My adage, because you guys know my opinion, if you can, the only time a start collecting is worth it is if you can buy multiple of them and get value out of them. You could probably buy 2 start collecting Tyranids and get full value out of it. That's 72 Gaunts. And then you would also have 2 Hive Tyrants. You make a Flyrant and you make a Ground Pound Tyrant. And then you make, then you have 6 Warriors. If you get 3, Flyrant, Ground Pounder, and a, what's his name? A Swarm Lord. Boom. And then you've got 108 Gaunts. Like, that's huge. You just flood the table with Gaunts. It'll be Space Marines versus Nids. Sorry, Night's Oath. It should be Guardsmen versus Nids. It will be Space Marines versus Nids. Almost guarantee it. Yeah. Necrons and the Silent King threat didn't last that long. Yeah, they sabotaged that from the start. The fans didn't really accept it. I personally think the Silent King sucks. I like Necrons, so like I've actually got some new Necrons that I'm going to be building with you guys on stream probably this week. But I'm personally not a big fan of the Silent King or of their current lore. I know a lot of people are. I prefer the Satan, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's just the cold, hard truth, boys. I like the Satan. I think the Satan are cool. I know I'm lame. I'm a lame person. Forgive me for being lame, but I like the Satan. I want the outsider in charge. I want an outsider-based army. I would collect that in a heartbeat. If they did do IG, it would be legit. It would be, but it's not going to be what they do because they're going to, especially with the way things are going this year and next year, they're going to want to really push sales for 10th edition. Oh, Space Marines versus Tyranids are also a classic matchup. But I think, like, personally, I think it's going to be Tyranids as the starter army. Again, the only things that could maybe outdo them is if we don't get World Eaters in 9th. And I think World Eaters are a lock for 9th. Maybe it could be Emperor's Children, but as far as I've ever heard, there's no sculpts really finished for the Emperor's Children. I'm not expecting to see Emperor's Children until 2024 or through 2026. So I expect to see Emperor's Children at some point in the middle or near the end of 10th edition. Personally, that's just my opinion, obviously. It's just because I've not heard anything on them. I know a few rumor mongers, not just Valrak, and nobody's really heard anything on Emperor's Children. There's no sculpts or anything like that I've heard of. So sad for Emperor's Children. You'll see squats before you see Emperor's Children. Think about that. I want everyone to think about that. You're going to see squats before you see Emperor's Children. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel, chat? You're gonna get squats before you get Emperor's Children. You're gonna get what you deserve. So, on that front, I'm excited for Space Hulk return. Oh, they're doing another a relaunch of Space Hulk again? I wasn't even aware of that. That's awesome. I love that game. I played the hell out of that with my friends, both in the new version and the old version. What are your thoughts on who would return next and why? Russ of the Line? I'm hoping for Russ as well. I think the Russ has I think the Space Wolves deserve to come back first. I think Leman Russ has a better, longer backstory for where he's been and why he's gone. I think he would complement the situation better. And I think Leman Russ versus Angron is a classic and makes more sense than the Lion versus Angron. So I'm expecting to see Leman Russ. If it is the Lion, it's the Lion. What can you do? But I expect it to be Leman Russ. Fulgrim blown out. Space Hulk got repetitive for me. I love Space Hulk. At least that means that we don't get a Lucius model anytime soon. I know, right? So much for Lucius the Eternal. He's not very eternal. That resin doesn't last. I wish that's just wishful thinking. Oh no. Like, oh, we're getting Space Hulk back? Oh no, we're not getting Space Hulk back. Oh. Byron's just bringing me down, guys. He's just bringing me down. Need the Nightbringer for my Necrons. Oh, okay. Yeah, like, I really want to have a new Nightbringer model and a new Deceiver model. And I really want the Sedan to be in charge. Work's over. I gotta roll, brother. I will be in touch soon, good sir. Keep up the great work and love your streams as always. Thank you very much, Bonsai Kitty Gaming. I appreciate it, mate. You have yourself a good one. Oh, man. Angron is not going to beat the piss out of anyone. Who's the last person Angron defeated in battle? All of these people keep on being like, Angron's the best. I'm like, who's Angron ever beat? He barely beat Gulliman. And that was after becoming a Demon Prince. I don't know what you mean by good guys, John Baptist. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Like, in Warhammer Fantasy, there are clearer good guys than there are in Warhammer 40,000. So, you can play as Kislev in Warhammer Total War 3, and they would be good guys in some capacity. But, you know, that's... Civilians? What civilians? What civilians? Where are the civilians? What's going on? I don't understand. Where are the civilians? Are you guys the civilians? The dog's behind me again? Okay, I thought he was. It's an optical illusion behind me. I'm like, the dogs! The dogs! Perfect. Perfect. But yeah, no, we got the bugs, boys. We have got sighted a terrifying new organism. We already went over that one. Let's talk about the Tyranid range. So I will go over with you guys why I think that the Tyranids are very, very good. Angron kills civilians, that's right. It's the only thing it's like, well, who dares slaughter all these civilians? He's like, I am Angron, I am the death of all civilians. It's like, well, why don't you fight our Space Marine champion? He's like, oh, I don't know, that guy's a Space Marine. That might be a little bit hard for me. It's like, aren't you a Primarch? Yeah, but I mean, it's an Imperial Space Marine, you guys. I just don't know if I can take that type of pressure. I really struggle under pressure. The nails, it's not good for me. It's like, sorry guys, Angron doesn't really kill anybody. I mean, like, just to be fair, it's not, I'm not saying it to be mean, I'm just saying look at the story, he never really wins. Could I showcase the model you posted on the server? I mean, yes, but I don't know where you posted it. Is it just a Königstiger with a Baneblade gun on the front of it? Yeah, I mean, we can do that, but... So I guess this is a Baneblade that somebody has made out of a World War II Königstiger, or at least an approximation of one. So let's show it off here very briefly. Hey, how's it going, Miles? I have no idea what the next skill team's going to be. So there you are. I don't know who made this, but somebody made it. I mean, it looks alright. It's definitely cheaper than a Baneblade. But however he did it, I don't know if he 3D printed it or if he bought a 1/35th scale model, but it's probably cheaper than a Baneblade. I don't know if I would say that this fits the aesthetic of Warhammer 40,000, but it's a thing. It's definitely a thing. So, just be a second here. Let's just be a second here. Shrinking my face again. You all. Remember, guys, you want to if you want that, start collecting Tyranids. If you want those Gene Stealers, if you want the Trigon, and you want the Broodlord, now's the time to buy them if you're a Tyranid player. If you're a Tyranid player and you weren't inspired to buy them before, you'll be inspired to buy them now. That is the right decision in my books. I promise. That would be the right path forward for you. So, next kill team is squats. I sincerely doubt it, Rudy, but maybe it is. Who knows? I don't think they're going to get a kill team release. I think they're going to get a whole army release, personally. So, we have now got the Tyranids. They are right here for everyone to see. Yeah, I'll take a look in a little. We're trying to talk about Tyranids, Talents. I'm like, hey guys, it's the Tyranid stream. Look at all these guardsmen. So did a GW store for me. Oh yeah, I can believe it. People are trying to get what they can while they can. So, you may be asking, why, Bear, do you think that Tyranids are so versatile? And why do you think that they're such a powerful army? Well, the simple truth is Tyranids have access to cheap and plentiful melee infantry. They have access to cheap and plentiful shooting infantry. They have access to harder hitting heavy infantry in the form of Tyranid warriors, which are right there. And those are just the baseline units. Look, Warsmith Olgier, it's still here. It's still here, Warsmith Olgier. You've cursed me. You've cursed me with this wretched mustache, and I hope you're happy. We're still here. It's not going away. It's still here. I have tolerated having a mustache in private. I have got people look at me like I'm out of my mind. But it's still here, Olgier. You've gotten what you deserve. Or rather, I've gotten what I deserve anyway, which is having a mustache. So, let's head back up here. So, how I view armies is how is the base of the army operate. And the base of the Tyranids army is very flexible and very diverse. So you basically have the ability to do anything you want with them at a base level. If you want to run heavy infantry, you can outdo the Space Marines as heavy infantry. Like, a bunch of Tyranid warriors is going to beat the hell out of a unit of Space Marines, even a unit of Primaris. Like, if you get charged by these boys, or you get in a firefight with them, these guys don't screw around. They might be older models, but they are very, very dangerous. Like, Tyranid warriors are definitely a threat to a Space Marine in battle. And then when we go up to these guys, of course, the Gaunts. Gaunts are one of the cheapest infantry types in the game and can definitely take on guardsmen, no problem. The same thing is true for Termagants. You basically have a quantity of fire and volume of miniatures that will allow you to flood the table with cheap units that have objectives secured. And they can shield for the synapse creatures that you field with them. They're very, very cheap. Model-wise, they're inexpensive as well. And so if you think about it, and you're getting a bunch of these in the combat patrol now. In standard, Gaunts are still fine, too. I think warriors need to be replaced, but Gaunts are fine. So you have this army that at the base level is already very solid. Gives you a lot of options, gives you a lot of ability to build your army the way you want, and a lot of ability to make battlefield decisions that will be beneficial to you at the expense of your enemy, because you are going to be able to outfield them unless they're guardsmen. These are... Oh yeah, Gaunt's definitely going to be a ghost after he runs into them. So we've got, obviously the Hormagaunts and the Termagant brood, which I was just mentioning. We've got Tyranid warriors. Those are the baseline units in the army. Now you start getting into, okay, so what else can they do? You want Psychers? You got whole units of Psychers. You've got the Zoanthrope horde, right? Like, oh wow, I wish I had a Psyker. Well, boy, sir, do you ever have one? The big brains themselves can just float in there and start nuking people. Very powerful unit, more than capable of handling itself. On top of that, you've got, if we go down to here, another baseline unit for the army that is, again, inexpensive and can tie up people very easily. Furry Curry, welcome. Saxon, brother, about 9k of nids. Only thing he doesn't own in the range is the Hydrophant Biotitan. Only reason he won't get is due to part of it being foam. Well, as I said, Tyranids are a very powerful range of miniatures. Gargoyles, again. Gargoyles are a very apt unit. It's another flexible unit. They're fast moving. They can shield for your other guys. You have organic tanks. Well, I mean, they're basically organic tanks. I just want to... So, I'm just talking about, kind of the flexibility here. So, we've got that. Then you start getting into the scarier stuff. So, Raveners, warriors, but faster. They take up a fast attack slot. Gene Stealers, some of the best hard-hitting infantry in the game if you can get them into combat. And now they all run with an invulnerable save, which is crazy. They're all invulnerable save filled. Then, on top of that, you've got Tyrant Guard, another very heavy hitting infantry unit. So you've got these heavy hitting infantry units for, like, these are the elite, so these are even better than Tyranid warriors. So you've got the shooting ones with the Hive Guard, and you've got the Tyrant Guard for the melee ones, both of them offering you tons of options, both of them very powerful, both of them able to basically crunch through the best of the best for most armies. So you have access to all these things. They're all there. Now you start getting into the real heavy hitters. You've got the Turvagon up here, which is basically a very powerful transport. I mean, it can beat the hell out of most things. It's like a mini Carnifex that is a transport, and it spits out gaunts. You have to pay for those gaunts, but it just spits them out. Yeah, Gargoyles' troops is even better, man. Perfect. Makes him even more powerful. So you got this big boy here who's just going to lay eggs, spit everything out. Sucks at painting organic for some reason. The reason why my Marines always wear helmets. To be honest, if I were painting a Tyranid army, I would contrast the whole thing and then dry brush. It would look very, very good, very, very solid contrast and dry brush. There's no reason not to. Contrast and dry brush would be super easy for Tyranids. There's no question about that. So we've gone through all of the heavy infantry. We've gone through the heavier thing here with this. And then you start getting into the shooting. And oh boy, the shooting. Oh boy. So you've got the Exocrine, very deadly shooter. Boom, boom. Then we've got, of course, the Tyrannofex, again, another very heavy shooter. Thump, thump. And then, of course, we start moving on to things that are very dangerous, like the Tyragon, the Carnifex Brood, the Swarm Lord, and other Hive Tyrants. And remember, your Hive Tyrant is our leader in the army. He's going to beat the piss out of most Space Marine HQs. There's no question about that. Most of these Space Marine HQs are going to have a lot of trouble dealing with a regular Hive Tyrant, let alone a Hive Tyrant that is the Swarm Lord. So you've got different Carnifexes. Then we've got the Melceptor, again another melee, but mixed with psychic powers. Venom Thropes. I've never really seen these ones played on the table. I don't know how they do. But there's a lot of options, and that's what makes these guys powerful. We're not doing a full range review today. I tried to save the range reviews for the weekend. I'm just talking about the power that these models have on the table. They've got a flyer unit as well, of course. It just looks like a flying Carnifex, though, to be honest. Haven't touched contrast so far. Just got back to painting a week ago. I'll start with the basics. Contrast is a very basic design to do. You spray paint them with the right color, and then you paint over it with a contrast paint, and it does 60 to 70% of the work. I recommend watching some videos on it, Furry Curry. It's very, very, very good. Remember when Nids were a pay-to-win army? Paratridge Farm remembers. It's still a pay-to-win army. Every army in Warhammer 40,000 is a pay-to-win army. You literally buy your army. So, like, Tyranids are very powerful. I would personally tell you that I believe that they're definitely one of the better armies in the game. And they have been for a while, but people have just been sleeping on them. Because Tyranids do well. They place well at tournaments, and they do very well in non-competitive scenes. In general, the real drawback is you've needed a bunch of books to field them. What is it, 3 or 4 books? Including all your campaign books and everything? Like, giving Tyranids more every book, and you're just like, oh no, you're basically running in there with the Tyranid Codex, Psychic Awakening, and one other before your core rulebook. You're like, oh, the books! You're just trying to get in there, play your game. No, it's so heavy. I'm dying. So, yeah, there's just a lot in this range that's very flexible. It gives you a lot of options on the battlefield, and you have a lot of options for your support for them as well. Again, I would personally say that Tyranids are probably among the best. They're really one of the best armies in the game. Let's see here. Let's pull this up to the... There we go. Those Forge World Tyranids too. Yeah, we can take a look at the Forge World Bugs. Why not? Let's take a look at the Forge World. I don't know. I don't know. I've not painted Necrons in a very long time, and I intend to be painting my Necrons very soon, actually. But I'm not sure. I'm really not. So, let's take a look here, boys. let's take a look here. 1 second here. Sorry, just getting this to fit back in. Perfect. So, these are the Tyranids from Forge World. You've got the Winged Harridan, which is an enormous model. The Malanthrope, which is a horrifying miniature, actually. It actually looks really horrifying. Apparently this is very powerful on the tabletop as well. Then, of course, the Winged Harridan. This is a big boy. It's a flying titan, basically. Look at the size of this thing. Look at the size of this thing. That's a Winged Harridan. This is the Harpy. This is the Winged Harridan. This is one of the biggest flyers that actually flies that's not a Space Marine from Forge World. It is enormous. This is an enormous flying monster. It's like a dragon, basically. It's Harry Dan! Dan's out there. He hasn't shaved in years. Then you've got the ground-based Scythed Harridan. So, big boy. Not that big, though. There are Tyranid plastic miniatures that are almost as big as this. But he is a big boy. The Diamaturon. I can't pronounce this thing's name, but this is a big, scary boy. They're not giving a size comparison, but he's pretty big. AC 130 with claws. Yeah, I know, right? It's a big boy. That's a big one. We've got the upgrade for the Carnifex. Another upgrade. This is a cool upgrade for the Carnifex. I really like this one. Then we've got... We're going to hit view all. No, there's not much else. Yeah, there's not much else on here except, of course, the Hierophant, which is the biggest boy. The biggest and... Who crushed it? Who crushed it, Warsmith Olgir? Played against one of the few 9th edition tournaments I went to. I needed a custom base for the Hierophant. Yeah, like, this thing is very big. I don't know how dangerous this thing is on the table, though. It's a big boy, though. Oh, yeah, he's a big one. There's a Fire Warrior right next to him. God, that'd be horrible to... Oh, yeah, there he is next to a Malanthrope. Is he $600 Canadian big, i.e. 300 British pounds big? I think not. But he is a big boy. So yeah, that is what we've got for the Tyranids. I'm not doing a range review today where we're going to go in-depth into the miniatures or anything today. I just want to talk about... Hey man, I'm trying my best, Warsmith Olgir. I'm trying my best. I'm doing all I can, man. I'm doing all I can. But, you can fit a lot of troops in it as far as I know. That makes it even better. So, that's a big part of what I wanted to talk about today in terms of this stuff. Which is basically that, you know, the Tyranids are a very powerful army. They're going to continue to be a very powerful army. It was not very dangerous, but I did kill it by detonating a monolith next to it when it died. Oh, awesome. That's awesome. It's like, from hell's heart I stab at thee. Wow, it's only $1 a point. What a great deal. What's funny is the Hierophant is not even the biggest Bio-Titans. They just don't make those from Forge World. You know, like, unless you're a Imperial, you're not getting a lot of love on the Titan front. Poor Chaos Titans. Poor Chaos Titans. They didn't even get a Chaos Warlord Titan. They only got the Chaos Warhound and the Chaos Reaver. So sad. Memo Man speaks bug. Excellent. Sometimes I get the feeling that the designers forget that you're supposed to play with them. For Forge World, it's a different thing. So much resin on those two. Yeah, I would never buy that model. I would trust that model zero. I have zero trust for that model not to just crush under the pressure. Oh god! Oh god! It just comes undone in front of you. Oh my god, what a disaster. What a disaster. So the Necrons, they got rid of their Canotech's Tombstalker. Everybody loved the Tombstalker, so I don't get why they did that. But I personally would I personally would love to get this one day. I love this thing. What a cool looking model. I don't know if I ever would get this thing, but I would love to have this at some point. That's just such a cool mini. It really is. It looks like it'd be an absolute nightmare to assemble, but what a cool miniature. Knowing Forge World quality, this would come to you in a very terrible state. I love the head on it, though. Like, I just think that this thing looks really cool. It's definitely one of the cooler big models that they've built. Yeah, I wouldn't trust this thing. Like, that's the thing. With big resin pieces like this, you just can't trust them. Like, you just can't trust it. Like, this thing would break very easily. Stability by adding spray concrete. Oh, God. Still, I think this thing looks very cool. I really like it. Again, though, I just don't think it's, I don't think it's a good choice. Definitely one of the cooler Titans that they've produced for Forge World, though. Very awesome. The weapon stats are sick. Oh yeah, I'm guessing it is. Tyranids do a lot of damage. No, not Tyranids. Necrons are all about those weapon stats, boys. Guys, we've hit the 1 hour mark, and so I'm trying to mention this less on stream because people get mad when I mention it. But if you could like the stream, and if you're new here, if you're enjoying your time here, please consider subscribing. I'm only going to mention this once an hour, so if we make it to the 2 hour mark, I might mention it again. But thank you everybody for being here today. I genuinely appreciate it. We are trying to grow the channel. I have been doing this full time, and I'm going to try to get a video done for today, for tomorrow, but I'm just not quite sure what I want to make it about. You could meticulously pin every point like 200 pins. Yeah, but I still wouldn't trust it because the pin is stronger than the resin. The problem is the resin is going to be what breaks, not the pin. I'm not worried about the glue. I'm worried about the strength and integrity of the resin. Oh yeah, I love the way the big spider bot looks. Look, I think the big spider bot is a very cool miniature. It's one of the cooler Titans that Games Workshop has put together, in my opinion. See here. Let's see here. Let us see. Oh yeah, I love how they sell the Imperial Titan under the Chaos banner. Like, it's a Chaos Titan, man. It's whatever you want. You know, I actually was going to get a Reaver Titan at one point. I was really considering grabbing the Reaver, and then I realized, I'm like, man, I just don't want to assemble this. I was going to get a Chaos Reaver Titan, the whole shebang. I was like, yeah, we're doing it. And then it's like, do I want to assemble this? And then the answer, do I want to transport this? And just the nose started tracking up and up. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. It's a cool model, but I don't want to do it. I think it would be very cool to have it, of course. But I wouldn't want to build and paint it myself, just to be totally frank. Very cool looking models, though. Very cool. Like, if I won the lottery or something, I probably would just pay someone else to assemble it, and then I would paint it. Definitely one of the cool... I think that, in my opinion, this is the coolest Titan they've came out with. Even though it's evil and chaosy, I definitely dig this one. Look at that. Just a big, mean boy. I love how vicious the rockets look up on top, too. Very nice. But, you know, it's just a very expensive miniature. Kind of think that the Spiderbot would have exposed leg gears and cogs that would make it kind of cooler. I don't think that they want to make them look exposed, though. I love my one. Oh, you have a Chaos Reaver Titan Guardsman Holdman. Do you like it? Have you ever used it before, or is it just a display piece? Hello, Jorg, and welcome! Welcome, even, Jorg! Welcome to the Big Red 40K stream for the day. It's always good to have you here. Welcome aboard. Welcome. But yeah, no, I'm definitely big excited. for what we've got going on here. Reavers Ata class? I don't know what you're trying to tell me. Is this some type of message? Never liked the shoulders and the lack of armor in the upper legs for the Reaver. Ah, it's fair enough. It's fair enough, my friend. There's a reason why the Warlord's better than the Reaver, I guess. But I like the Chaos Reaver. I think it looks brilliant. Let's see here. Let us see here. Oh, that's right. For the construct, you have to buy the body and the weapons separately. Oh, God. That's so sad. I always wondered where they store all the ammo for the arm-mounted projectile weapons. They store it in their bodies. Safely in their bodies. Biggest dive I've taken is a Porphyrion I got currently in the mail. Oh, the knight. Oh, the big guy. The big knight. This is about the size of a Reaver, isn't it? I've heard this is about the size of a Reaver. I've never seen one of these in person. I think it's a very beautiful model. I think Ares is very irritating today, Mr. Ears. Why is Mr. Ears being so irritating, huh? Why are you being so irritating today? Why are you being so irritating, huh? Huh? Why are you being Mr. Irritating? Mr. Ears-itating, Why are you doing this to me today, buddy? Are you okay? I know I let you out before, and I know that you and your friend here want to go out, but that's gotta wait till after the stream, buddy. It's gotta wait till after the stream. No, go on. Go on. Sorry about that, guys. It's only slightly smaller than a Warhound. Yeah, I think this looks cooler than a Warhound, I'm not gonna lie. I love the missiles in the back, I love the arms there, I think it looks very cool. I don't know if I would ever want this model, but I think it is very cool. It's definitely very solidly built in many respects, but I don't trust it. Much as with any resin miniature, I don't trust it, especially from Forge World. It is interesting how, when I was a kid, a monolith was just a standard heavy support option, and now the monolith is basically a Lord of War. I'm like, why? Why? Why, Games Workshop? Why? Yeah, I know, so I know you picked those ones up probably for cheap as part of your rescues, am I right, Axe? I think they're more than adequate for what you'd want to do, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. Yeah, it's very, very sad in some respects, though, that a lot of this big fancy Forge World stuff is going away. You know, in many respects, it definitely is. Maybe you should get it sooner than later if you really want it, because I do genuinely think a lot of this stuff is going to vanish. I'm not in a financial position right now to pick up anything like this, nor would I want to build anything like this. But I think that the writing is going to be on the wall for Forge World. There is a video I have planned that I want to make, probably for this week, talking about kind of the end of Forge World as we know it. You know, so it's not meant to be negative. I'm just being frank, right? That I expect to see Forge World transform. It already has, but I expect that transition to continue in place, where a lot of the stuff is just going to get discoed. You're going to see a lot of discontinued SKUs over time. Oh yeah, I mean, of course, they were rescues, man. Rescues usually are not expensive. If your rescue model is expensive, there's a problem. That's awesome. That's awesome. They made it a Lord of War because it would have been too powerful and made Space Marines look bad in the new edition again. Probably. I think it's a great model, though. I don't know if I would want to spend the type of scratch on it. But it is a nice model. I would rather have the Serapec heavy construct body than the other one. I have so many things I want to do in Iron Warriors, Traitor God, Chaos Knights, and more IG Skeleton Army. Yeah, like for me, I've got a bunch of projects I'm working on as well. I've got a Scions, army that I really got to get finished. I've got some Chaos Space Marines I'm working on. I've got a whole Necron army that we're going to be doing on stream, with you guys over the next few months. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing. Absolutely. Kijiji Warhammer prices are insane for models I'd have to strip for days. Yeah, I know, right? It's like, yeah, you would like to pick up my Warhammer from me? It's like, this looks awful, though. It's like, yeah, I'll give it to you for 90% of the tag price, bro. 90%. It's not even sealed in the box. 90%, dog! 90%! And, the arms are glued on backwards, and the legs are broken, and it's painted with 8 layers of thick industrial paint. You're like, this is not worth it. I got 2 old modelists when I bought his Necron army off him for $200 an eighth. Oh, there we go. Camera should actually be going up today or tomorrow. I just have to get the time to do it. So that's one reason why this stream today is probably not going to be a 3 or 4 hour stream. So the camera is going to go... It's not a new camera, it's a new arm mount for the camera. And then if that works, we will be replacing that camera overall, probably with this camera, and then I will be getting a new camera for this part. So, it'll be very interesting. I just ordered a new Gravis Captain today, mainly for the sick-ass right arm Power Fist. Oh, yeah, it's a cool... I don't like Gravis armor, but the new Gravis Captain I do think is relatively cool. I would actually just want to steal his head for other models, to be honest. Or steal his Power Sword. I really like his Power Sword, too. But, yeah, I would just say that, to think there was a bigger... To think there was one bigger than those that earned Uberban, Forge World, the old Dream Forge Company. Huh? Sorry, Axe, let me reread that. Do you think there was one bigger than those that has earned the Uberban from Forge World / GW, the old Dream Forge Company? Oh, it's not... No, the Dream Forge Titan was never that big. It's actually not that substantial. It's ginormous. Oh, you can hear the dogs probably barking in the background. I'm running out of companies to put new captain models in. Absolutely, man. More captains all the time. We need more captains to this battlefield, my friends. Be awesome. New project will depend on what my local store has. Probably Nids or Sisters. Ah, very cool. Very cool. I'd recommend. Not sure. Woof woof. Yeah, I know you can hear the dogs barking in the background. Being naughty dogs as per usual. As per usual. The dogs misbehaving. As per usual. Trying to make my life difficult. I understand it. I get it. I get why they do this type of stuff to me. It's not cool, but I understand it. Man, those price increases are ruthless. I was looking at the Canadian prices right now. I'm like, oh... there's a reason why GW stock dropped. Let's just put it that way. There's a reason that stock went down. Oh. Sitting there, I feel like I've been punched in the junks. Just ruthless. It's not the end of the world, but man, I'm glad I've got what I've got. Let's put it that way. Just brutal, though. Just brutal. $210 for the monolith now. Good luck, GW. You're gonna need it. Yeah, I definitely think that eventually it just gets to the point where the cost becomes too great. And I think that... I don't think we're there yet, but I think that they're going to slowly drive their market out, which is a really poor decision. I expect to see changes. I don't know what those changes will be. You won't be able to buy it. It's not going to be a matter of the ruble price. It's just you're not going to be able to to purchase it in that country. So it's not going to have any price, actually. And I would also point out that, like, it's going to be a rough space for the hobby over the next year or two. It really is. I think that GW is going to have to do another price increase next year if they want to maintain their margins that will be substantial. And when that happens, I think that that's when we're going to start seeing bigger changes at Games Workshop than we've seen before. Yeah, they've driven Miles out. You know, that's just the thing, right? Like, these prices can only go up so high unless people's wages go up, and people's wages haven't gone up. So that is kind of the poison pill, unfortunately. So thankfully, I have a substantial army. Thankfully, I do. But for those who don't have a lot waiting in the wings, this is a real heavy thing to take on, honestly. You know, let's not be too negative about it. Like, you know, make no mistake, things will change. It's a real shocker to me because I've not really bothered looking at the prices on any of the armies I really know until just now. I'm like, oh. Yeah, like, that's just the thing, right? Like, that's why their stock dropped. Them raising these costs this way is not a good sign for them, just to be totally frank. I don't expect Games Workshop to go bankrupt. Don't go around dooming it. It's, you know, like, this is just a phase the company's gonna go through, and we'll see where it ends up. I think the only things I'll get from Forge World this year are Leviathan Dread on my birthday when I actually visit Warhammer World. In general, in terms of general GW stuff, really depends, but we'll get them locally. It's Pizza Profit, everybody. It's been a while, Pizza. It has been a while. Pizza, how much pizza have you been consuming? Probably more than me. I've not been able to buy as much pizza as I used to be able to buy. So it will help me lose weight. Poverty is going to make me less fat. I was looking into making a Custodes army, but I can't justify it right now. Yeah, dude, like, that's just the way it is. Brexit did them no favors as far as shipping goes. I don't think it's Brexit that's harmed them in the same way. It's not done great for them, but Brexit's, like, you have to understand that, like, Games Workshop makes immense profit per box set. The real problem is that there's going to be a lowering demand for the product, I suspect. That's just my opinion, though. 50% discount on the Imperium Magazine stuff. I'll add some... Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, Imperium Magazine is brilliant. If you can get it, and you want everything in it, get it. I didn't really want anything from it. So, like, everything in there, like, I only really want select things from it, so it just kind of doesn't work. For me to get everything I want from the Necron range... Let's see what if I had to get everything remaining that I wanted to get that I don't already have lined up or I don't already own. I would need to get, let's see here. It's actually not that much stuff, but there is a little. Make sure I do one over here. Okay, so if I were to get everything I really wanted from the Necron range remaining, I'll transfer this here. I would have to get this guy, because you remember I'm probably gonna, if we do well enough this month on channel, I will be picking up the Christmas box for the Necrons, which does include a lot of stuff. So I would still want to get a Chronomancer. I would probably want to get a single monolith just because of how cool the monolith is. I still need to get 2 Locust Heavy Destroyers, and I would need to get Illuminator Ceres, so that is 65, 83, so 65 plus 83 is going to be 148, 158 plus 200 is 358. So basically, for me in total to finish getting all of the Necrons I really want, period, it would cost me before the start collecting box, an extra $400-ish. With the start collecting box, it would cost me $600. Oof. Like, you know, that's this thing, like, it's getting expensive. It's getting expensive, boys. And that includes me paying no tax. Like, that's a discounted price. It's like, oh. I need another 6 Scorpex, 6 Race, and a new Illuminator Ceres. Well, Night's Oath, if you want some Scorpex, I might be willing to part with mine, because I hate the Scorpec Destroyers. But I don't know. I might keep them anyway. Technically, you can only get a single monolith. After that, it becomes a multi-lith. Ah! J-Train's here! J-Train is a god in the stream! But wouldn't it be the multi-lith, my guys? It's like, oh my god. It's learning. It's getting more powerful than we could ever imagine. So yeah, dude, like, it's an interesting one. It really is. So, like, you know... I don't want to harp on the price too much because, as I said, like, you know, there's a lot of realities behind this for Games Workshop, but it is interesting to see. 600 Canadian for raw plastic. Most people don't factor in the glue and paint. I have the glue and paint though. I definitely have the glue and paint. So we are not worthy. I don't know about that, Hamish. I don't know about that. But yeah, like, that's a big old chunk of change right there, boys. That's a big chunk. That is, you know, that's just the thing, right? Like, as another YouTube was saying earlier, you know, like, things is getting expensive. I expect to see changes. I don't know what we can expect to see, but I think they're gonna have to start changing some things at Nottingham. What they're gonna change, I don't know. But remember, as I said, I think that the first thing to go is going to be more stores. I think you're going to see a wave of store closures over the next 18 months. That would be my suspicion. A lot of those Games Workshop stores are not going to be able to tread water, and they're gonna go. They're gonna vanish. They're gonna disappear. That's my suspicion. But I'm but a fat man on the internet, my friends. When you feel two or more monoliths, don't cross the beams! Don't cross the beams! Honestly, I would love to have 3 of them even. That would just be hilarious. Just like, just in a big apocalypse game, the 3 monoliths just floating up the field, disgorging Necrons as they go, firing their weapons. Be very cool looking. I think it's funny, though, that the monolith went from, like, the bog standard Necron transport to being this... to being this, like, it's a god now! It's like, what? What is happening? Why? It's like, yes, yes! Also, it looks like an absolute nightmare to paint. It looks like an absolute nightmare to paint this model, too. It's like, oh my god, you'd have to absolutely paint this thing in segments. There's no way you're not painting it in segments. I wonder what will happen to all those Dominion boxes if stores close. They'll be taken in. Yeah, like, I do know that some people have been very upset if I've bashed Age of Sigmar, so I'm attempting to not. But it's still really funny. It's like, Dominion, how many Dominion boxes must die for us to live? It's awesome. A monolith army to crush enemies with super strong meld. Like, just a hilarious thing to behold as it just slowly moves up the field. You know, in a way, I still like the original monolith, too. Like, the original monolith model, I actually think is still quite a cool model. And it's still cool. It's not even that small of a model, but it's small compared to the new monolith. But, like, the original is actually not all that bad. Sacrifice Dominion to Algaroth. So, this is the original, for those of you who don't know. So, like, it's, you know, like, it's not even that bad of a mini. It's they had to get rid of some of the dated portions of it, which I understand, but you know, it's still not bad. It really isn't. It's still not a terrible miniature. I think it looks fine. I think it's really funny. I think it's really funny that, like, It went from being like their transport to being like, it's a god now. It's like, what? What? Like, look at what they turned it into. Y'all need some Dominion boxes, you guys? Like, like they really did update it in a beautiful way. It's just they doubled the price. So they took it from being a $100 box to a $200 box. I'm like, I don't know if that's worth it. Do you guys think that's worth it? It's like, yeah, but now it's a God of War. I'm like, yeah. Really? Really? Is it worth it, though? Is it? Like, make no mistake. They could sell that thing for $100 a box, and they'd be just fine. They do not need to sell that for an excessive amount of money like they currently are. They just don't. GW employees on the street call her, y'all want Dominion? So, yeah. Like, we're at a 1 hour and 20 minute mark. Gmail is growing value quicker than crypto. Oh! It doubled overnight! Buy the stonks! Buy the dip! There's never a dip, but buy the dip anyway! See ya, Bear. I'm gonna go force my new Warhammer person to build a Tau Pathfinder kill team with me. Very cool. Have a great day, Memo. Have a good one, mate. We'll catch you next time. Is today Tuesday? It is Tuesday, my dudes. Yeah, I've really got to figure out what video I want to make. Because I really do want to try to get another video up for tomorrow. And I'm just not sure what I want, what's really worth talking about. Actually, I think I know what I'm going to talk about now. I think I know what I'm going to talk about. I think we're going to talk about new Tyranid characters. That's what I think. I think that might be a wise idea. It'll be a short video. Like, I'm trying to do a lot of videos that are under 8 minutes. So that is the plan for... If I can try to get a video up every couple days that it's under 8 minutes, I think is a good plan for the channel. And is a good plan for content. While, of course, the main portion of what we do on this channel is the live streams. The Combat Patrol? You think I should do a video on the Combat Patrol? Talk about your ideal campaign scenario. That would be kind of a longer video, though, Dallas. Like, that's the thing. Right now, I'm trying to focus on videos that are going to be shorter, not longer. Because the longer videos I've produced have done very poorly, to be honest. They've actually hurt the channel whenever I've done a longer video. So, even though I'm still going to be doing them, the Badab War campaign videos are still going to be made. I do want to make sure that I'm careful in terms of producing them. I don't want to saturate large videos like that. Riveting Rivets, a critique of GW's use of rivets on a variety of Leman Russes and other guard tanks. Riveting Rivets! Side question, what do you think GW will do with Cato Sicarius? Kill him off? No, they will make a new Cato Sicarius model. They don't kill off Ultramarine characters, typically. Ultramarines will continue to be produced in large quantities, and you're going to actually see... You'll probably see, I kid you not, within the next 5 years, every single captain of every single company will be represented in Warhammer 40,000 for the Ultramarines. I strongly suspect that will be the case, that they will have a captain model for every single one of those captains. No joke, no joke, it's coming, boys. It's coming. It's coming. You know it's coming, too. You know the truth when you hear it, and you've heard the truth here. Every single captain will have a character model with their own abilities. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, but you know I'm right. Tell me I'm wrong, but you know I'm right. None of this buy a generic captain model and just use him as the fifth company. No. Every single company captain will be a character and have their own rules and be in the rule book. What do you guys think? All of them covered in Ultramarine symbols. With their own stratagems as well. Saxon's like, no! And you know what? Pedro Cantor still won't have a model. And all in different rule books. We're all Kato Sicarius now. I like the Ventress books, but his models not as I imagined him. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Urinal Ventress. Urinal Ventress is not a great look in my opinion. He's very urinal like. But yes, as I've mentioned before, and this is not meant to be a negative. Like, you know, the hobby's going to survive. Warhammer 40,000 is going to be just fine. But I expect to see contraction from Games Workshop this year in a pretty significant way. They'll still make money, but the investors will be mad. Technically, the second company captain has been represented twice already, maybe 3 times. He is supposed to be a captain. He was supposed to be captain in Dark Imperium, and also the guy in the Shadow Sphere Phobos Force. Oh wow, they're just losing second company captains like nobody's business. Oh, first company. No, first company. No. First company's Terminator and Aggressor. So no. Oh my god, company supplements. Oh my god, we need this. Can you guys imagine that? Just full company supplements the whole way through. Indeed it is, Hamish. Hamish catches on to what I was calling Uriel. My nickname for Uriel is Urinal Ventress. I'm a child. I'm a child, man. I'm a 35-year-old child when it comes to that stuff. I can't help it. I can't help it. Every time I see him, I'm like, hey guys, it's a urinal. Huh? It's Urinal Ventress, my dudes. Awesome. Very awesome indeed. Everyone's just gonna abandon me, and now there's like this guy making fun of Urinal Ventress, this piece of garbage. It's gonna be awesome. I definitely enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed poor Urinal Ventress being badly mistreated by me. Big red bear cub. Boo. Boo. Can't really be that big if I'm a cub, unless I'm just really fat. Oh god. It's all lining up. Yeah, I actually completely agree with that, J-Train. I just think it's too many. I think they're going to pour too many resources into the Ultramarines, and I like Ultramarines, actually. Like, just to be fully clear. I do not have a big old hate boner for the Ultramarines. I think they're pretty awesome. No, not Uriel. But I expect that they will pour significant resources into the Ultramarines. Again. And they're going to be the main army again, by the way, for 10th edition. If you're wondering, like, the 10th edition Space Marine army, it will be Ultramarines again. It's not the end of the world. I'm not distressed by it in any way, but that's what you should expect. Don't expect otherwise. Don't be like, oh, maybe this edition they're going to give us this. Like, they're going to give you Ultramarines. I would be very surprised if they did not. Boo this man. Oh, come on now. Come on. Why you gotta boo me? I didn't do anything wrong. How dare you, sir. How very dare you. Only Ultra Smurth I'd buy is Titus, to be honest. I think Titus is gonna be awesome. Hello, Hugh Gedney, welcome. Welcome to the Big Red 40K stream. Howling Griffins. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool chapters out there. Like, there's a lot of cool Space Marines out there, guys. Like, let's be real. I don't have any hate. I don't have hate for Space Marines. I think Space Marines are amazing. I think they've got so many cool chapters, so many cool things you can do with it. Of course they will be. G-Dubs doesn't have a gram of creativity in their Space Marine department. Well, as you know, Dallas, that same Space Marine department was like, the Minotaurs are Imperial Fists, dog! Yeah! I didn't consult with anyone at Forge World or read any notes, but you know what else about the Minotaurs? Is they're is they're boisterous and outgoing. Yeah, they're like this really bombastic and boisterous group of Space Marines. Isn't that right, everybody? Oh god. Oh god, Games Workshop. The whole time I'm like, oh, you didn't read any of it. The poor intern at Games Workshop. This sounds like a great idea, you guys. Isn't it amazing? Yeah, they're so awesome. Look at look at how outgoing they are. Real champions of the Imperium, like all sons of Rogaldor. It's too funny. It's too funny. I can't. Let's see here. I feel quickly uploaded my soon-to-be Sakaris. I made him because the full conversion is easier. I need a legal way to field the sword and plasma pistol combo. Okay, fair enough. Also, Darkin Pictum depicts the captain of the second Cully Coast. Oh, so it must be true. Oh yeah, man. Like I still love that when the boys at Games Workshop like, yeah, man, they're really like boisterous and like outgoing space marines, my friends. They're bubbly even. Like, you know, this high five, they're bro five and everybody, man. That's the Minotaurs, my dudes. They're really awesome sons of Rogel Dorn. Oh my goodness, I love it. So are the new the Black Templars? It's nothing new. The Minotaurs aren't those things, Dallas. That's why it's so funny, is if you read the Forge World versions of them, they're an army of sociopaths who don't even talk to other Space Marines. They have nothing to say to you. They'll only talk through their chaplains. Their chaplains do all the PR for them, or the Inquisitor handlers who are around them. They're not cool dudes. They're assholes to everyone. They're stoic. The only type of emotion they show is like venomous, like being just a bunch of venomous bastards. Like they're absolute garbage. I love them, but they're absolute garbage. And it's amazing to me. I think it's amazing, personally. I sit there, I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. Is this happening? And like, so for me, like when Games Workshop got their hands on them and kind of took them from Forge World, the first depiction of them was so bad that like anyone who was a Minotaur player is like, what are you guys smoking? What are you talking about? They're like, no, you guys just don't understand. This whole time, they've really just been like... they've really been really outgoing. They're really out there. They're high-fiving everybody. You're like, what? Basically, like, it was just so bad. I guess the Minotaurs are pretty pissed Rowboat Girly Man yeeted the Lords of Terra. No, they're not mad about that. They're not. They just follow the new High Lords of Terra now. They did try to coup the government. That's because the old High Lords of Terra had the sigil of their office, and the Minotaurs will follow whoever has that sigil of office. So there's a brief coup. It failed. The coup attempt failed. But the Minotaurs, they more or less will follow whoever's in charge. They don't care who. They have no emotional attachment to it, so long as that they get to do the dark deeds that the High Lords of Terra tell them to do. They're real bastards. I love them. Like, I ironically just love just how absolutely vile they are. They're like the biggest pieces of garbage in 40k. I love them. I love them so much for being those pieces of garbage. It's amazing. Whoever holds that sigil of office is who they're going to go against, my dude. Oh yeah, just like the Night Lords, they're outgoing. Just like the Night Lords are out there, they give hugs. They give hugs, they drop the claws, they walk over and they hug you and they just hold you until they themselves start crying. They're like, I've missed you so much, my friend. The Night Lords are really known for their compassion. As much as I don't like them, they are terrifying. Yeah, they are terrifying. They also have one of the most powerful warships in the Imperium as well, as the assault carrier class ship that they have. The only ship bigger than it that hangs around Terra is the Phalanx. And like the Minotaurs are goes. Yeah, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. Hugs that skin you. No, there's no skinning. They just hold you. They hold you quietly. They hold you gently, even, and they're just like, "It's okay. Let it all out." Those are who the Night Lords are. They're just an army of psychotherapists who are all there to help you. They're there to counsel you. I play Minotaurs for Ikari, so Minotaurs are definitely my favorites. I'm a huge fan of the Minotaurs. They're my favorite Space Marines out there. Absolutely. Love them to death. I want a Minotaurs book. I want like a dedicated novel to them. It's a big boy, my friend. I'll bring it up for you. See if we can't pull this up for you, dude. Well, it's also lost several battles, Dalus, so I don't think it's that Mary Sue-ish. It's, the Minotaurs have not had a great track record of maintaining, not had a great record of winning a lot of their engagements against powerful foes. So, let's go here. So, the Daolius Kraka, the Daolius Krata is a massive vessel shadowing all other vessels in Terra's orbit save the Phalanx. Its flanks are burnished bronze, marked with stripes of black and red. Its prow is painted red, resembling bloodstains. The Daolius Krata served in the Badabor between basically served during the Badabor. The ship survived the Amara Void battle, in which the chapter lost at least 2 battle barges and 3 strike cruisers to the Necron tomb ship Dead Hand. During this battle, the Minotaur fleet adopted a format in the shape of a bull's head. The Daolius Krata formed the Protected Skull, 3 battle barges the Jaw, and 8 strike cruisers the Horns, in order to bring the assault carrier close enough to launch boarding torpedoes and teleportation strike. During the Age of the Dark Imperium, the Krata appeared over Terra as part of the Minotaur's operation to support the Hexarchy's coup. It's a very big, powerful ship. It is not the biggest, most powerful ship in the Imperium. It is a smaller vessel than some others. They have not described it in comparison to a Gloriana-class ship, but it is a very, very significant vessel. It's basically an aircraft carrier. It's a very powerful ship. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Minotaurs got the hell kicked out of them by the Necrons. Separatist government exists. Whoop whoop, Minotaurs pull over. Which company is this, Furry Curry? But yeah, like just saying though that for the Minotaurs, I would not consider them, Mary Sue-ish in that regard, because it's only a Mary Sue if the ship is winning all the time, and it's not. It is, in fact, out of the 2 principal engagements it's participated in, it has lost, though it has survived those engagements. Take that, Star Destroyers of the Empire. That's right. Take that. How dare you? We talked about Battlefleet Gothic a couple days ago. There's a company which does really good and surprisingly cheap ships, even various Glorianas. I'm just wondering, which company are you talking about, Furry Curry? I've never heard of this company. That's just why I'm curious about. The Star Destroyers of the Empire are small. They're only 1.6 kilometers long. That's the size of a destroyer/frigate in 40k. Some of the smaller vessels, cruisers, are 5-6 kilometers long. Battleships are 8 to 12 kilometers long or more. It's going all right, Burgosaurus Rex. Welcome. I hope that you're enjoying your time here today. We've had a video come out earlier today that's done okay. You know, like as far as channel videos go for this channel. So I've been very happy with that. We've had a fun stream. We talked about Tyranids for the first hour and about how I think that they're a very powerful army that's going to have a very good book. And we also talked about, you know, we talked about some Necrons. We're currently talking about Space Marines. You know, we're having a good time. Thank you very much, Furry Curry. I will Google that now. Let's take a look at that now. Why not? Why not? Is it all just 3D prints? I think it's all just 3D prints, isn't it? Yeah, it's all 3D prints, but it's still cool. They look cool. So let's bring them up here. Let's bring them up here. Yeah, these. I think I've even seen some of these. They're actually pretty cool. It's mostly just their patron, I suspect. Oh, this one. This is a cool ship. Yeah, they got a bunch of cool ships. Ah, here we go. Now, just so you know, my favorite ships in all of Battlefleet Gothic, my favorite ships in all of Battlefleet Gothic are the Chaos Grand Cruiser ships. I love Chaos Grand Cruisers. So this is a beautiful thing to see. Evangelium, how have you been, Evangelium? We've not seen you in a while. You doing all right, buddy? You having a good day? I hope you are. It's very good to see you again. They sell some pre-printed ships and offer more stuff than STLs for a small price. Oh, that's very cool. But no, I love the Grand Cruiser. I just absolutely love these ships. These are the ones I always use in Battlefleet Gothic online, and like, you know, the video game, and they're what I always used in the tabletop. I had 2 of these for my fleet. They were just so good. I always love the idea of the battle cruiser more so than the battleship. So that is very cool. Slaughter class, get out of here, you weakling. I'm not afraid of your slaughter class anything, fool. How dare you, Ira. How very dare you. But yeah, I think I love Battlefleet Gothic. I just do. I really wish Games Workshop would bring it back properly. I'm afraid that if they bring it back, they'll just make it a Horus Heresy game. God, I can't do that. I just can't do that BS with them. Hey, you guys, it's a Horus Heresy game. Boo! Boo! Yeah, so would have I, Nate. So would have I. I wouldn't have sold mine. Oh, it's all good, Evangelium. We're all experiencing it, my friend. Oh yeah, absolutely. I saw that. You can change out the prows per one. It's very cool. It's very cool. Oh, they've got the Planet Killer. Oh, there's this one too. The Despoiler class battleships. It's very cool. It's very cool. They've got a lot of very cool ships up here, guys. I'm just going to pop some of them open just for you guys to take a look at here. I'm going to take a look at the same time, too. Very neat. Just popping open the ones I like. That's what it boils down to. I'm like, do I like this one? Let's open it. See what it looks like. Let's see how it does. So this is the Planet Killer. Obviously, it's their knockoff of the Planet Killer. That's a big model, too. The OG scale, glory scale. That's very cool. I love how they call it the Destroyer of Planetary Bodies. No copyright infringement here, GW. Then, of course, we've got the battleships for the Forces of Chaos. One of which is meant for launching fighters, the other one which is meant for hammering opponents. Funnily enough, this is actually the fighter craft one. This one here is actually the one with the Lance batteries. Then we've got Privateer Man of War. I see. I see. Interstellar, that's a strike cruiser. Human Navy battleship builder. Very cool. People's 3D prints that they've made of these things. Pretty substantial in their size, guys. Pretty substantial. Unbreakable Speculation. I think this is meant to be a Blood Angel ship. Oh, look at that. No, this is a this is the Dark Angels. Look at that. Never ending. It's very cool. Very cool indeed. They seem to be making a lot of these for Horus Heresy, is what they seem to be doing. Which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. That's just what they're doing. Human cruisers. Very cool. The Fall of Night. I wonder which one this one is, you guys. That's a big model. That's cool. I like it. I dig it. People put it. Look at how beautiful some of these things are. Doesn't it just make you sad that that Games Workshop does not produce these? Like, why don't they? It's insane that they don't produce these. It's actually insane. I like Battlefleet Gothic, but I'd either scale it up or scale it down. I think they would scale it up if they make a new one. Girly Man's Glorious Rowboat. Oh my goodness. It's a beautiful model, but I love that name. Girly Man's Glorious Rowboat. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's amazing. That's hilarious. I would love that. That's hilarious. Storm of Rapiers, eh? What's this? Oh, this is the Khan ship. Oh yeah, they're just trying to knock it off, but without, you know, knocking it off too much, right? You have the Necron Tomb ship, too. Very cool. Very cool what these guys are doing. And, you know, here's the thing I always tell people. If Games Workshop's not producing it, someone's going to produce it. Someone's going to produce it. Someone's going to come in here and fill the void of where that product used to be. If you don't cut your grass, someone else is going to cut your grass for you. That's how it is, guys. If you're not cutting the grass, someone else is just going to take care of that business for you. That's just the sad, cold, hard truth behind it. So, Games Workshop is basically not doing their due diligence, you know, basically producing products people want. People will take that IP and produce their own stuff. Yeah, they get mad about it. Yes, it's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate because they've basically driven other people into the market that they themselves will now get upset that other people are doing it. It's like, well, you're not doing it. Oh, that doesn't give you the right. Okay, but you're not doing it, so someone will do it. That's always what it boils down to. Someone will do it. Yeah, it's very cool. Very, very cool. But, gentlemen, we are at 1 hour and 50 minutes. And I have a couple things I need to do today. I got to take my dog out, and I want to make that video on Tyranids. So, yeah, I think that I'm going to have to end the stream, my friends. Just before I do, if you've not liked the video so far today, please consider liking, because it does help the channel. See, I only mentioned it once an hour now. So we're at hour 2, so I mentioned it one more time before we're heading out. But I do think that it's time for me to go, at least for today. I'm going to try to have another video out for tomorrow. Try being the key term here. And we will definitely have a stream tomorrow as well, as per usual. Everything's going to run. The trains are all running on time. And hopefully for tomorrow, we will be able to perhaps even do a hobby stream if I do 2 streams tomorrow. Or there will be a hobby stream on Thursday. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining me here today. I genuinely, as always, appreciate all the support you guys offer me. Thank you so much to everybody who is here as a normal subscriber. Thank you everybody who here is a member. And thank you to Hamish for dropping a super chat earlier today. And with that, I will catch all of you guys next time.